Hello, welcome to another Twin Flame Surrender reading. I'm Susie and I'll be reading your cards today. So, what we're going to look at is the energy you are moving through currently um, on your part of the Twin Flame Union. Then, we're going to look at what specifically you are being asked to surrender. And then, we're going to get some guidance for your healing and to help you surrender that. If you want to know what your twin flame is moving through, your twin flame is one with you, so they're going to be moving through the same core energies you are. But you can also check out my twin flame energy reading counterpart every week as well. So, without further ado, let's get started and check out your overall energy this week. So I pulled two archetype cards for you, and our first one is slave, and our second one is victim. Our light attribute for slave talks about surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. The shadow attribute is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. What I'm getting from this particular card is that you are healing through the shadow attribute right now, in which you've given your power away in your life and in some area of your life, be that in some friendship, at work, maybe between you and your twin flame, even maybe to a parental figure. But either way, there's this feeling of giving away your power because there's a resistance to just claiming your power and the responsibility that can come with making your own choices on your healing journey and on your twin flame journey. So as you heal through this, it's important to really recognize that power and responsibility and the choices you make aren't a bad thing to have, and that you are capable of having power and being safe when you have power as well. Our next card, the victim card. So our light attribute is prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or from victimizing others. And our shadow is playing victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, instability, or to maintain or inability to maintain personal boundaries. So what I receive is that this card really goes hand in hand with the slave card we pulled out. It seems there's definitely an upset with power in your union and feeling powerless, and maybe part of you is kind of choosing to feel powerless and hopeless in order to stay in this comfortable place in your life where you don't have to move or make your own decisions, or maybe you're receiving, like the shadow attribute says, some sort of positive feedback for that victimhood energy. And this isn't meant to be like mean or anything, calling you a victim. This is an energy like many people on earth work through at some point and in some form or another. But when you confront it, it's important to move through it, because you a fulfilled life is one where you are empowered, not one where you are giving your power away out of fear or leaking it to other people or other things, right? And for your twin flame journey, twin flames recognize each other and are attracted to each other when you step into your full power as well. Your twin flame wants to see you there, and you want to see them there too, right? Like, nobody really not in a healthy relationship takes joy in a person that's like, very, very weak-willed, right? Like, that's not the divine expression of who you are. So you got to embrace your divine self, and your divine self is powerful, and you don't have to play games of victimhood or tell yourself stories of victimhood or helplessness, or the situation can't be helped, it's so and so's fault, not mine, blah 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 blah. That does nothing for you at the end of the day. So it's important to where you look at where you can do something and where you can actually heal. Now moving on to our surrender card. We're going to pick 3 surrender cards, is what I'm feeling. Okay, there's one card in here that's come up the past couple weeks, I think, or once or twice in the past couple weeks. So, first we have surrender to the magic of who you are. And this is from the Power of Surrender deck. So, it talks about how we all have magic in us, even in these seemingly mundane aspects of our life. And to remember that you are magical. I feel like this term magic can otherwise be coded as divine, right? You are divine, you are of love, you are of the creative divine source that exists. And in that you are unique and you are powerful, and it's important to just surrender to the authenticity of who you are, and that will empower you. This any games you're playing where you feel like things are out of your hands that's not actually who you are. And it's important to surrender to the magic of who you are, to the magic of your own power, in order to move forward in your twin flame relationship and to receive that divine union between the two of you. And now next we have surrender fear. And it says to let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself and to stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. So perhaps what I get from this card is like, maybe you're afraid that your journey isn't progressing as it should or as you would like, or you're afraid something bad's going to happen if you take certain action steps, or, if you really give your whole heart to your twin flame and to the twin flame journey. And that fear doesn't serve you. And it's important to let go of those fearful stories, like the card says, and focus on loving stories, and to find that love within yourself, so you don't have to fear any other choice that someone else could make, because you've come into your own love and your own power there as well. So you have that autonomy to shape your reality and be the kind of director of your experience here on earth, right? This card also talks about staying in the moment and focusing on solutions. So when you have a problem on your twin flame journey, right, you don't despair and continue to play victim or act like you're been one of the chosen twin flames on earth and you're a slave to this role, right, like the previous card said. That's not reality. That's not the truth of who you are. So when a problem comes up, be solution oriented, and what that means on the twin flame journey is to do your inner work and heal the upsets that are coming up. And so as I'm doing your reading, you should also know that I do primarily one-on-one ascension coaching with twin flames, and I help them move through their upsets using this thing called the mirror exercise, so they can actually have sustainable and permanent healing and in turn union and progress in their twin flame relationship and journey. So I can help you with that on that solution aspect, and you can find that in the description. And then finally, the other part of this card I want to unpack is when it talks about celebrating each baby step forward. You don't have to wait to appreciate yourself. You can appreciate every little loving choice you make, and you can give yourself compassion for when it feels difficult to make those loving choices or you're not sure what to do next. You don't have to hold back celebration or appreciation for the moment where you reach the final destination or get to the goal. Like, appreciate each progressive step you've made. Like, are you in the same place you were a year ago? Probably not. You've probably made, even if it's just a tiny step, a little bit of progress forward, right? Because that's what happens when we choose love and to evolve. And if you'd like to make big steps forward, like I said, you can work with me personally and I can help you do that. Finally, I think I'm talking a little fast. I think I'll slow down a bit. Finally, we have surrender obsessive thinking. And so what I get from this in the context of the cards that have already been pulled is there's some obsessing or fixation on the story of being a victim or a slave to the twin flame journey or to your current twin flame dynamic, and that you are powerless to doing something, and that's just not true. And it's important to not obsess or fixate on that, because what you fixate on is powerful, and I don't say that to like be a scare tactic. I say it's powerful because it, like, the thoughts that are running in your head, like, they shape how you feel throughout the day, right? If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts about your twin flame journey, like, you're gonna feel like poop during your day and your experiences. But if you come at your twin flame journey from like a really empowered perspective, where it's about healing and loving yourself, and like knowing that you have this amazing gift of of being aware of the twin flame journey, like, then you're going to feel so much better, and you don't have to be in that low vibration of obsessing over the ickiness that's coming up, and you can feel more empowered to move through that ickiness, right? So that is that. Now we're going to pull a Work Your Light oracle card. Ah, yes, protection is the card we've pulled for you. Protection. It says call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Cut the cords does not mean, and I just made a video about this for something else, but cut the cords does not mean like cut the twin flame cord. You can't actually do that. That doesn't work. There's no cord to cut, guys. I'm sorry to break it to you, but calling back your power by cutting the cord or cutting ties to schemas or ideas of powerlessness, right? Of that slave and victim archetype card we pulled at the beginning of this reading, right? You need to retrieve yourself and stop leaking your energy to those things, and know that when you choose love, you are protected, and the divine is guiding you back home. Um, and what I get from this, I see a circle of people like protecting in the card. I don't know how else to describe it. But what I get from this is you do have a team of guardians, as spirit guides or guardian angels, if you will, that are watching over you and gently nudging you and affirming you on your journey. And it's important to trust that like you are protected and you can call in that protection. Um, and the only time you feel powerless is when you choose to believe in that lie and or in that experience, and you can retrieve you can put your belief energy into love and not into fear and not into helplessness or powerlessness here. Okay, you are divinely protected. I feel called to pull one more card, so I'm going to do that for you. Okay, the next Work Your Light card is Inner Temple, and it says devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So what I get from this is your next step is to become very devoted to actively pursuing the spiritual work and being present with your feelings. And it's important to honor what is coming up for you. And if you're feeling hurt or upset by something, to fully move through that feeling and bring peace there. And once again, I can help you with that. If you go to the description, I can do a one-on-one session with you. However, it's important to build a habit of doing that for yourself, because that's how you can make very swift progress on your journey, right? Okay, so that's the end of our reading today. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you next time.